Good afternoon, one and all. So today we'll be having a global alumni webinar series on the topic Mind Matters and Meditation. So before going through this session, for your information, the video is being recorded. So we have been joined with our esteemed alumna, Ms. Tuheena Sharma. So we'll be running through address from the Dean, MCHP and HOD Physiotherapy, following which there will be general instructions to the participants, followed by introduction of our alumna, following which the alumna will be taking over the session.
It's not. off.
Dear participants, good afternoon, one and all. General instructions for your information, the video is being recorded. So I request you all to place your microphone muted and disable your video to have a better experience of the session. So you can post your questions in the chat section. The questions will be taken up for clarifications at the end of the session. So you will find a raise hand option. So if there is any pressing question, you can always raise your hand. The speaker will be very happy to answer your queries. And now I request our HOD, Dr. Vaishali, to introduce the speaker.
Good afternoon, Tuheena and
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
And all the participants. We welcome you all for the talk Mind Matter and Meditation by our proud and distinguished alumni, Ms. Tuheena Sharma from the batch 2015 in Sports and Orthopedic Physiotherapy. She is the clinical head of Physiofit, Hyderabad. She leads the team of physios, work with athletes, dancer, fitness, and yoga enthusiasts to help them perform better. She is a happiness coach with Art of Living and conduct life skills workshop. She loves to write on poetry and she has her own blogs. Over to you, Tuheena.
Thank you so much for the introduction, ma'am. Um, okay, just to briefly introduce myself, I'm Tuheena Sharma, and I'm a graduate from PGI Chandigarh, and I did my master's in orthopedic and sports physiotherapy from Manipal, batch 2017. I've been faculty with the Art of Living, teaching breathwork, meditation, and yoga for the last 5 years. In fact, I became a teacher and landed in Manipal. And yeah, so the first workshop on campus, youth empowerment skills workshop, I had conducted on the MIT campus. And even today, we have a Yes Plus Club, which continues such activities for the youngsters in the university. I am, it's an absolute honor, and I'm very thankful for inviting me to this platform for sharing about something that's completely different from mainstream what we talk about, and since it is something that's completely different. But at the same time, something that's very crucial and important to each one of us, right? The mind really matters. So I would really want that this talk, this particular session be more interactive and informal. So yeah, going ahead with the session, I will just share the slide. Okay. So the title, as it says, it's Mind Matters and Meditation. So does the mind matter? Yes, it
Just
absolutely does, right?
sorry for the interruption. Can you just put it in slideshow mode?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just doing that. Is it visible now?
Yeah, perfect. Please go ahead.
Okay, fine. So going ahead with the first half of the topic for today, mind matters. And does the mind matter? Yes, it absolutely does, right? The entire life, whatever we do, it totally depends upon our mind. Now, if I say this can be explained with a very simple example, you could be in the most beautiful place in the most favorable situation, but if your mind is not in place and the mind is not centered, you do not feel right inside. Yeah. But at the same time, you could be in the most challenging and desperate situation. But if your mind is all right, you might take the most intelligent decisions of your life. Yeah. So what I'm coming to is that the quality of our life, it entirely depends upon the state of our mind. How we are going to do things, how we are going to achieve, how are we going to handle different situations or challenges that the life poses. It absolutely depends upon our state of mind. But how much do we actually know about the mind? When was the last time we were coached on how to handle our own mind? Not in school and not in college, right? So this is something very basic, but very, very important. So rather than going on to how to control the mind or how to liberate the mind, I would like to pose a simple question. What is human mind? Yeah, whatever comes to your mind, you can say there is no right or wrong answer. But if I have to put it in a very simple one line, what is human mind? It is the perceiving faculty. It helps us perceive the world through the five senses, right? So having a clearer and a stable, calm, centered mind will definitely enhance the perception that we have about the world, and we will be able to manifest the reality which we really want to manifest in our lives. Yeah. But then there's something very tricky about the mind. There are certain laws that govern how the mind works. You know what is the first law? You must have observed that there's a tendency for the mind to get stuck. Yes, many of us have observed this. What does the mind do? It keeps vacillating between the past and the future. Yeah, when we go into the past, what are the emotions that come up in us? We are either regretful about the past, that this should not have happened the way it happened. Maybe I should have handled the situation differently. Maybe I should have acted differently. Or we are constantly going into the future. Yeah, with the current prevailing times, the mind constantly goes and becomes so anxious. How will it be after this COVID lockdown completely ends? So much of anxiety and fear crops into the system. Yeah, so we feel all these varying emotions through and through as the mind keeps vacillating between the past and the future. But where is life happening? Life is always happening in the present, right? Uh, and there's a reason why present is called present. Yeah, a present, a gift. Because joy and happiness can always be in the present moment. You cannot say that I will be happy yesterday. You can always be happy now in the present, right? So from the level of the mind, we have understood that it keeps jumping from past to future, past to future. Now I would invite you all to do a simple activity. Just snap the finger. Can you all see me snapping the finger? So just snap the finger and see what's happening. Is the mind coming to the present? Are you all here with me, looking at this slide also and listening what I'm saying? Yeah, as you do this, the mind does come a little to the present moment. Yeah, but we cannot keep snapping the finger, right? Intellectually, we cannot tell mind come into the present moment. That takes me to the second law governing the field of mind. And what is that? We will learn again that through a small activity. I would want all of you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and you can think of anything that you want to think in the world, but not your favorite pizza. Definitely not the cheeseburst pizza with your favorite toppings. You can think of anything but not your favorite pizza. And you can open your eyes. What comes? All over and everywhere, there is pizza, isn't it? That's what happened. So at the level of mind, there is a simple law. Whatever you resist, it persists. The harder you resist, the more and the stronger it persists. How much ever you think you don't want to think about that one person, could be your boss, could be your ex-girlfriend, could be anyone. The more you think you do not want to think, those are the thoughts that come to your mind. Yeah. So what is the second law? It is whatever you resist, it persists. So then how do we do this? How do we do that? connect the mind and the body and bring the whole system into the present? Intellectually, we have seen it is not possible that by telling the mind that come to the present, it is not possible. And we cannot snapping a finger time and again to bring the mind to the present moment. So what is it that we are still doing, irrespective of in whichever time zones we are, wherever we are sitting, whatever we are doing, there's something, one thing common to all of us which we are doing. And what would that be? I'm going to stop unsharing so that I can see your answers now. So that's the time I would like something in the chat box to come. Yeah. So what do you think? What is it? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is that one thing that wherever we are right now, that is common to all of us, we all are doing? Send me some of your answers in the chat box. Breathing, wonderful. Vinora said and Manisha also said. So, you know, breath is something that is the closest to us, but we do not really attach so much of value to it. जो भी चीज हमारे सबसे नजदीक होती है, we tend to undervalue that the most, right? You know, when I take this session, Mind Matters, for college students, and I ask them, what was the first act of your life? So let me pose you all the same question. What was the first act of your life? Some enthusiastic participants can share the answers. What was the first act of your life? Okay, is it that difficult? The first act of the life, yes, I get this answer very often, crying. But you know what the right answer is? The right answer is that you breathed in and then you cried, right? And what will be the last act of your life? You will breathe out and maybe some other people will cry, hopefully. And in between this breathing in and breathing out, life happens. Yeah. So the breath is something that's the closest to us, but it has so many secrets to offer. The first and foremost thing that I find very fascinating is that we hardly utilize about 60% of our lung capacities, while about 80% of the toxins, they come out of our body through the breath. Yeah. So, you know, all your stool, face, everything else, perspiration is the remaining 20%. So such a major detoxifying action the breath has on our body. It is actually one very important source of energy, and we will explore that further as we do some breath work. But there's something even more mystical and even more fascinating about the breath. You know what that is? The breath is very closely linked to the mind. If you look back and observe all those moments when you were really happy, when you were really calm, the breath was long and relaxed. But the times when you were angry, you were literally panting. The breath was not deeper and relaxed. It was in fact faster, it was warmer, and it was shallow, right? So we can actually utilize the breath, do the vice versa, and impact the state of mind. Every emotion that arises in us has a corresponding breath pattern. We can transform our emotions and feel so much better by working with the breath. Yeah. So would you all like to go forward and learn some breath work? Wonderful. So for this, I will need that you put your videos on so that I can see you all, whether you're doing correctly or, you know, I need to correct you all. So doesn't matter, irrespective of wherever you are, if you all can put your videos on. Wonderful. I can see Manisha. Others can also put their videos on. Great. It's nice to see you all. जहां भी बैठे, irrespective of wherever we are sitting, so that I can guide you through the breathwork techniques. I would want your videos to stay on. Great. A few of you are still remaining. Quickly put your videos on. So what we are going to do now, it's called bellow breaths or Bhastrika Pranayam. Yeah, all this, the terminology breath work came and we started thinking that, oh, this is something, but it is something that has been there in, pranayam and meditation. India has gifted, it has been a gift from our country to the entire world. And there are so many health benefits which are already documented by so much of research, how it improves the vagal tone, how it impacts the sympathetic nervous system, increases the happy hormones, reduces that fight flight response, right? So now I would like to invite each one of you to experience what breath instores. Yeah. So how we are going to do Bhastrika Pranayam? I will share the slide. You need to sit in Vajrasan. So the Vajrasan is yeah. So the slide is visible, Selvam sir.
Yeah, it's loading.
Okay, great.
Just loaded.
Yes. So we will try to utilize our lung capacities to the fullest as we do Bhastrika, the bellow breath. This is how you will be sitting. It's called Vajrasan. Unless you have an ankle issue or a knee issue which is serious, you will be able to sit in Vajrasan. If you feel it's very uncomfortable, you can tuck a cushion or place something in between the heels and the buttocks. And how do we do Bhastrika or bellow breaths? So the starting position is the first picture. You're sitting in Vajrasan with the spine erect. You have kept your fists loosely in front of your shoulders. And when I say breathe in, you assume the second posture in which the hands go up and you open up the fists. So when the hands are going up, you are breathing in and opening up the fists. And when you bring it, and when I say breathe out, you bring it down and make the fists with your hands. So all. Right. So let's take position. Let's sit in Vajrasan. Keep the videos on. Let's sit in Vajrasan. Loose fists in front of your shoulders. So it is like this. So, the relevance of this pranayam, it's something that has always helped me, be it vivas, be it before interviews. I've always done this because it instantly brings a gush of energy to your system. Yeah, you feel so energized with Bhastrika pranayam. And if you have congested nasal passages, that also opens up. So let's take position. First round, I will demonstrate you. So I will be giving the instruction, breathe in, and you will open the hands, throw them up. And when I say breathe out, you will throw the breath out. It's not just breathing out, it's throwing the breath out forcefully. So that's how it goes. We will do 3 rounds. Each round will have about 15 to 20 breaths. Yeah. And after that, I will ask you to sit comfortably. You will shift from Vajrasan to Sukhasan, which is sitting cross-legged. And then I will lead you into a guided meditation. Yes. Are we all ready for this? Can I see some thumbs up? Okay, fine. So loose fists in front of your shoulders. Eyes closed. Take a normal deep breath in and let go with a smile. And now for Bhastrika, being 100% and keeping your eyes closed, breathe in, 1, in, out, in, out, through the nose, in, out, 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 and relax. Hands on your thighs facing the ceiling. Feel the energy generated in the body. Observe the mind. The next 2 rounds, come what may, we will do with our eyes closed. And we will do it 100%. So second round, loose fists in front of your shoulders. Take a normal breath in and let it go with full enthusiasm for bellow breaths. Breathe in, out, 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 and relax. Hands on your thighs, facing the ceiling, eyes closed. Taking positions for the last round. Loose fists in front of your shoulders. A normal breath in and let it go. And now, with a little forceful breath and full enthusiasm. For Bhastrika, breathe in, out, 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 in, out. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, and relax. Hands on your thighs, facing the ceiling. Keep your eyes closed and slowly shift into Sukhasana, which is sitting comfortably. If you feel like having a backrest, you may have. Take a normal deep breath in and let go hands on your thighs, facing the ceiling. And we will keep our eyes closed. I would just want you to passively listen to the instruction. Do not make a lot of effort in thinking or imagining what is being said. Take a deep breath in and let go. And now, take your attention to the noises in the surroundings. It could be the noise of the fan moving or some distant traffic. Observe all the noises around. Watch and listen carefully for any noise around you. Those who have joined recently can sit with their eyes closed comfortably and listen to the instruction. Do not make an effort to imagine. Accept all the noises around. Be in complete harmony with the environment. Take a deep breath in and relax more and more as you let go. Now take your attention to your body. Become aware of your physical body. The body is a beautiful gift given to you by nature. Honor and respect your body. Become aware of your feet, legs, knees, hip region, genitals, abdomen, stomach area, chest, a point in the center of the chest, right shoulder and right arm, left shoulder and left arm. Throat region, face, in between the eyebrows, top of your head, your entire body, the whole body. Take a deep breath in and let go. Become aware of your thoughts. Whether good thoughts or bad thoughts. Be in harmony with them. Do not resist the thoughts. Let them come. Now, you are in absolute harmony with your thoughts. Take a deep breath in and let go. Become aware of your feelings. Feeling happy or sad, good or bad, just let that be. Do not resist any feelings. You are peace. You are joy. Take a deep breath in and relax more and more as you breathe out. Become aware of feelings again. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of the sensations in the body. Become aware of the environment, the noises around. Become aware of your body. Take a deep breath in and let go.
Tuheena, can you unmute yourself? Can you please unmute yourself? Yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, how was the breath work and the meditation? You can share your experiences here in the chat box. You can even unmute yourself. Could you hear the instruction throughout? Yes, no, yes. Okay, that's great. So, how is the mind now? I would like to listen. Manisha says it's refreshing. Good. Okay. Ketki could hear me. That's great. How are you all feeling now? How is the state of mind? I would like each one of you who even did 10 minutes of meditation to share how are you feeling now. Feeling relaxed? That's great. It is calming. Very nice. Okay, wonderful. So, you meditated for almost 17 to 18 minutes. Yeah. And we think it's so difficult to meditate. There are many myths that need to be debunked around meditation. The first and foremost is we think that meditation is difficult. But actually, what is meditation? It is actually the art of doing nothing. Yeah. It is the second common myth is meditation is about concentration, that you need to focus somewhere on a chakra, or you should not let the thoughts come in that are coming in. No, in fact, in meditation you tell all the thoughts to come and sit with you and have a cup of tea. You let as many thoughts that want to come, you let them come, because they're not actually coming, they're going. Yeah. So the second myth about meditation is that it is concentration, but actually it is deconcentration, right? And I personally feel that it adds so much color to us, to our lives, if we start meditating, because we get access to the innate power within us as we start meditating. The intuitive abilities start developing better. The mind is so much more uncluttered and able to take better decisions. And with that decision making ability and clear mind, we can move towards our goals. Yeah. So this is about meditation, and it is simplified. It is about doing nothing. It is the softest skill that we need to learn to be able to handle our own minds. Yeah. So now what we did today is we actually just touched the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, we talked a little about mind, and we did a little bit of breath work and some meditation, but there's so much more that can be learned. There's so many secrets that the breath has to offer, and for the last 10 years I have been myself been meditating, doing breath work, and I must share with you that the benefits have been so good, be it with respect to the health aspect, be it about excelling in career, making the right decisions, handling relationships. Not just that, the dormant skills and talents, they come to the surface. I was not a person who could write so well, but now I do. I write blogs, I write poetry, and so it gives that access to that part within you, which gets covered by a lot of husk. Yeah, so it is actually the process of uncluttering, separating the paddy from the husk, and all the talents start blossoming. So I would want that each one of you should explore more about meditating, about breath work, and it is not difficult. Trust me, you don't have to read a lot, and you don't have to really go to the Himalayas or sit somewhere for eyes closed for very long. It's effortless and simple. Just over a weekend, you can actually learn meditating and going deeper. I myself conduct a online format of the breath work and meditation workshop, which is spread across 4 days, 2 hours each. And it's not my content, it's tried and tested. It's the same workshop by the Art of Living, which happens in 160 countries, which I also did back in 2011. And you are welcome, most welcome to join in and attend if you ever would like to. And with that, I think I would say that we are open for questions. Some of you joined later, some of you heard me from the beginning, and now we can have some questions. So you can post in the chat box and I can answer, or you can unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Yeah, just a general instruction. Before the participants start asking questions, please do submit your feedback. The form is posted in the chat box. Request the participants to give your feedback on the session. It will help the organizers and speakers to reflect on the session and to improve the quality of the future webinars. Feel free to ask questions.
No questions? Could be anything pertaining to the mind, about breath work, meditation, yoga, or anything about leading a more fulfilled life. Any question that comes to your mind, you're welcome to ask here.
Yeah, alternatively, if you don't want to ask, you can just put your question in the chat box. Whether Tuheena, I'm not audible.
Yes, so you're audible. You're audible. As I know, meditation
Yeah,
works. That's great. That's great, Sandeep. Okay, wonderful then. I think we are already in that age, where there's a trend of meditation. Satyajit is asking how much time should be spent each day on meditation. I would suggest at least 20 minutes to half an hour should be spent every day. The best time of the day would be in the morning because it would leave you energized for the whole day. It is said that 10 minutes of asanas and some meditation in the morning, 10 minutes of asanas followed by say 20-25 minutes of meditation can energize you for the entire day. So yeah, that should be good. And like Sandeep said, that we already know this is the age where meditation is the most trending thing, right? There was a time when I did this, I learned it. I used to think it is for the old. I'm young. I'm doing well. I don't need to learn this. But the current young age is smart enough, and we all know that each one of us needs this so that we can lead our lives much better. Wonderful. So, any other questions? In the meanwhile, I'll share the screen. Is the screen shared, sir?
No, no, it is not loaded so far. Do you have any more slides to present?
Yeah, just closing.
Yes, yes. Not yet loaded.
No. Okay.
Just go to the share screen option.
Yeah, I'm trying to click that. It's okay. Maybe we will close down on a verbal note. Thank you everyone who joined. It was wonderful to. This is the first time I conducted via an online mode where I could not really see everybody, but I hope that you had a good experience. It was a learning experience for me as well. I think the slide is coming now. Yeah. So the whole idea is about not having a mindful but being mindful, and that happens very effortlessly when we meditate, when we do some breath work, and always welcome to reach out and reconnect if I can help in any way. Uh, and that's it. This is a workshop that I would be taking soon. If anybody is interested, they are most welcome to connect and join in. And with that, I would like to end the session on a note that, on a quote, in order to open my eyes to this beautiful world, in order to open my eyes to this beautiful world, I need to close my eyes first. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity, Selvam sir, and thank you for everyone for joining.
Thank you so much, Tuheena, for the wonderful presentation. So it was so nice of you that you have accepted our invitation to support our global alumni webinar series. The topic is of that kind, which is the need of the hour. So in this growing high-tech world, so everyone has been welled in with a lot of high-tech gadgets, and minds are all cluttered with many unwanted things, which takes up the peace. Uh, and I think there are a few questions that are being posted. Do you want to answer the questions?
Yes, sure, sir. I will go to the chat.
I see a couple of questions that has come up.
Yes, sir.
By Vinora, Manisha.
Show conversation. It's just loading. The chat is loading.
Okay, I will read it for you. Vinora is asking a question. I've recently started mindful meditation. It's been very helpful. Any inputs as a healthcare professional, how to manage our own mental well-being?
Yeah. So specific to our work, I would say if I do not know the kind of setting that you're working in, if it's in hospital or a clinic setting, but I feel compared to somebody who works on a desk, the requirement for us is much more, because the kind of focus that our work requires, even the slightest of mistake cannot happen. It's very nice that you're doing mindfulness meditations. Maybe at least medical professionals should make it twice a day as a compulsory, compulsorily do it. And in between, whenever you get time between your work hours, some amount of breath work will be very good. Yeah, it is absolutely energizing, and it helps cleanse your mind if you can do maybe 2 rounds of bhastrika in between before your lunchtime, something like that.
Yeah, there is another question by Manisha. Can you share your experience as an art of living faculty?
Oh, it has been wonderful. I feel it has been a very fulfilling experience. More than teaching, I mean, it's been 5 years of teaching, but it's even teaching is more learning to me myself. Uh, yeah, so and the most beautiful aspect is that every day these practices add to me. It is not that I learned it once and that's it. As I practice every day, I'm able to see the benefits. I'm able to see that I'm able to perform better. I'm able to lead a team better. The soft skills which are probably the most important, like discipline, time management, I'm gradually getting better and better day by day. uh, and the biggest contentment that I have is that I'm able to bring this as a teacher to so many others across the globe. So yeah, I've been like, there are 3 online workshops that I have already taken during this lockdown, and people have been really happy doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tuheena. The last quote, what you mentioned, that is seeing the world. You have to close the eyes. So it is really, unless you shut down, rest all things, unnecessary things. So you will not be able to really see what you intend to see. So it's a very nice quote. So you have really brought in minding the mind. So you're full of mindfulness and the importance of mind as well as the meditation in context of mental health. So that is the need of the hour. Today, many people are facing a lot of psychological issues, some faced with anxiety, stress, depression, be it whatever be the walks of life, be it in be a computer professional or whatever profession, because the demand is such that many people are facing a lot of mental health issues.
Yes, sir.
And mindfulness is such a strategy or a technique where one, if focuses on the mind, will be able to de-stress themselves. So it is, and you have also highlighted the interplay or the interaction or the mutual thing about the physical state and the mental state. So like having a control of breathing plus control of thinking process. It is not exactly control of thinking, it is just to let the thought process flow by itself. So you very well brought out that is deconcentration, de-thoughtfulness. So nice. So you have, unlike many webinars where more theoretical aspects are taught, so you took time to demonstrate. Demonstrate to everyone the way one has to do this breathing techniques. So nice of you.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank you
much.
so much.
So on behalf of HOD and the team of faculty members from Department of Physiotherapy, Manipal College of Health Professions, MAHE, so we extend our best wishes to you, and
Thank you so
thank you
much.
very much. And thank you very much for supporting our alumni webinar series. We look forward to stay connected with you and have many more such wonderful learning opportunities from you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a learning
Hope,
experience for me too.
yeah, hope you will deliver from time to time.
Sure, sir.
Thank you so much. We'll close
Thank
up the session then.
Yes, sir. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much. So nice of you. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye, sir. Thank you.